Hello everyone, Gomez here with reveals again, which let's face it, who the hell was expecting reveals this quickly after the last ones? But I guess I knew that there was cards coming out because there was a champion expansion, but I honest to God thought that was going to be at the end of the event to be like, this is the event of Ruination. Now, new cards, but it is hitting us straight away. So let's just get in and see what the new cards are tonight as well as the new cards that were yesterday. Okay, let's just smash right in with these cards and see what we've got. Boom! It is a new Demurcia Dragon, which I'll get into the other cards. So this is so it's cards that we already know, but the ruined versions of them. And let's face it, because we saw Riptide Rex like the ruined version of that. It was a cheaper version. So this is the big 9-cost dragon, but the ruined version of it, which is Fury 6/6 for 6. Grant an ally champion or dragon challenge, which is actually quite nice with Demacia and kind of works with their whole thing, considering that it is an allied champion or dragon. Like, we already know that Shyvana, her champion spell, which recently got buffed, is actually a challenge one as well. So it's the like, let you challenge through with all your dragons, let their stats go bigger and bigger with Fury. So this does actually fit really nicely in with that already dragon established archetype. So really good card actually, especially if you can get the other one on, which buffs everyone by like, is it +2/+2 to all dragons? Actually not a bad card to put into dragon decks with that ability of just granting either a champion. So it doesn't have to be Shyvana, it can be another champion, which, like I said, I'm just trying to think, like, that deck mostly runs Aurelion Sol and Zoe, I believe. So you're not going to really want to give it to Zoe, but you could give it to Aurelion Sol. I guess, like, Aurelion Sol and challenge sounds devastating, that spell shielded son of a bitch, but or even the dragon that you get, which is the spell shielded one off of Celestial. So yeah, again, not actually a bad card, actually like a really nice add-on for dragons. Nice artwork as well. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Boom! More Demurcia! And this one is the Ruined Dragon Guard, who is the one who is the 3/2 with challenge, right? In terms of like what like, if you've got a dragon, give them challenge. So this one is going to be when an ally with Fury kills a unit, grant it an additional +1/+1. So yet again, another kind of thing to help with the dragon archetype is like putting this in, because every single time it kills, not only is it getting the buff of Fury, it's also getting an additional +1/+1. So this is actually, like, for free cost, a nice thing that can very help level, which is Shyvana, or just like help dragons in general. Whether or not you actually put this in the deck is whether or not it's going to be overkill giving them this many stats. It depends on obviously like who it is and whether or not you're trying to turbo Shyvana. I can actually see like a potential, because I mean this does also work, because it is when an ally kills with Fury kills. So technically, if this is on the board and you've got Dragon Chow on the board and then you drop down Shyvana is number one killing the dragon thing, so getting the Fury of that, we get an extra +1/+1, and we'll be also drawing a card coming off of the Dragon Chow. So actually some not bad moves, and plus when you consider the fact, so I believe the challenge one of this, like the actual Dragon Guard himself, is a 2-cost, I believe. So like not too bad on curve for free. I was trying to think what else you're throwing out on that deck on turn 3. My mind can't honestly tell me what the hell else. Like, I guess unless you've got the Herald of Dragons, in which case you are throwing Shyvana down on turn 3. I'm just trying to think like what else would you drop on that turn 3. So potentially, actually, again, just to continue that archetype of dragons, it's not actually a bad ad to like make those stats go crazy. It's whether or not, because they don't have Overwhelm, or unless you give them Overwhelm in with like what's the face, Zenith Blade or something from Targon, if you were going down that route for more dragons, or if you were going with any other kind of region which gives them Overwhelm, be it which it's Noxus or Freljord or wherever the hell the options are there. So let's go in and see what else we've got. Are we gonna be purely Demacia today? Yeah, again, the artwork on these ruined cards is stunning. So boom, we get our, is it the first Shadow Isles? Actually, I can't remember what we had yesterday. But I'm just trying to think like I remember it's the first Shadow. But this is the first dragon in Shadow Isles. Definitely, this is the first, because dragons have been put into obviously what you call it, Demacia and Targon. So this is the first dragon, which is a 2, which isn't actually bad. Yeah, again, on curve for dragons, this is not actually that bad. A 2 cost, which is a 3/2, so not as good on stats, but play. I strike an ally and deal 3 damage to your neck. I mean, it's a big ask. It's a big ask for it to go, for it to come out. Number 1, it's striking an ally. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't read the little word or. I thought to play this, it would do both. It kills an ally, does 3 damage to enemy nexus. Here's a 3/2. I mean, I guess if it killed something, it would go up to a 4/3, but still. It's an ore, which, yeah, again, there's a lot of different units within Shadow Isles that you want to kill, like, immediately, right? Like, in terms of, so this could kill your Curse Keeper, like, if, like, so, like, an extra turn kills the Curse Keeper. If we were talking about you're playing this on curve, you could have played, say, a, which I can't think of their names right now. The Aristocrat, the 1/1 who gets a spider through Death Rat, or through not Death Rat. This is not Hearthstone. Through Last Breath, or even the other 1/1 who gives you a spell. I should know. No, he gives you a random death, the Last Breath card from 3 cost or less. So there are actually ways of playing this on curve. It depends on if you are obviously doing this with Demacia, which is going to be like I said that you could do like quite nicely. Do you want to sacrifice Cythria the Bold for this, or I'm trying to think what other 1 costs you'd be playing in this deck with dragons in Demacia. There are potentially like candidates, right? Or you could just accept that 3 damage. So either way this comes out, it's better if it strikes, because if it strikes and kills a unit, it's going to be obviously going up in stats with its own fury buff. So as well, Dragon Chow, of course, Dragon Chow like this, like because Dragon Chow is 1 cost, I believe. This is just going to be coming out immediately, giving me that draw, getting a buff, and so that is, yeah, again, really nice on curve, and just a really cheap dragon, which I don't think we've really seen, as well as obviously it's in Shadow Isles. It's the first Shadow Isles dragon that we've seen. I do apologise, Gomez is mumbling. I was not expecting this evening. It's good times. Really good card. Really good card here. Yet again, amazing artwork. A second, I mean, I was already just confused with the first one. Now we got a second dragon from Shadow Isle. So they're trying to push. So this looks like they're trying to push a Shadow Isle dragon. Because obviously we do Demacia Targon if we're doing dragons. So the idea of the fact that now this does mean that obviously, so you get Demacia with Targon, Demacia with Shadow Isles, potentially even like if you wanted to go dragon but then cut out Demacia. But I guess they've got all the buffs for dragons and fury, so it doesn't make much sense to cut them out and go Targon. But there is a potential of doing that. But anyway, let's get into this again. So we've got play, which is, so it's fearsome as well. So 4 cost. 4/3 with fearsome as well as its widget thing. So play, I strike an ally or deal 3. So yet again, staying on theme with the other one, it's going to be either striking a unit, which actually I said if it strikes the ally, it can obviously like get the fury off of itself and go even bigger. When I slay a unit, drain. Ooh, so you could play this, so number 1, strike your own thing, getting a drain off of the thing, and then every single time this is going forward, it's going to be doing that extra point of damage, which actually, like, with the dragon that we saw at the beginning, giving something like this challenge, or just like obviously then using single combat, concerted strike, all the things in Demacia which force strikes that mean that to force this unit to slay things, you are going to be slowly like draining and gaining health off of your opponent as well as taking their health down. Only by 1, but it still is a nice, which is a nice thing to have. Like, it's the fact it's draining for once, it's also a way of you getting a little bit of health back. So yeah, again, 2 quite devastating dragons coming from Shadow Isles here. This is like, I'm almost scared to press the play button to see another dragon from Shadow Isles. Come on, show me what you got. Show me what you got. Ooh, I mean, you look magical wherever you are. So we don't actually know what that is. Just, was that the? So yeah, again, is this Shyvana, but obviously with a more like Ruined King skin. So I can guess we're gonna be seeing Shyvana with a new skin, which is gonna be the Root Light of Rude. So that's something to expect. Whether or not it's gonna be one of those ones where they add new anime, which is weird because Shyvana's already got a new skin when you think about it, right? So they're gonna be giving potentially another new skin to Shyvana. Whether or not this one will actually have changes to the animation, I mean, I would hope, right? For what this is, you'd hope. Let's go in and see whether or not there was anything else. So obviously we got the cards from yesterday as well. I'm just gonna quickly there was nothing else that at the end was there. No, that was the ending going back around. So quick one to see whether or not we get another view of it. No, that's just those ones. So the ones from yesterday. So boom, we immediately have a new widget Shurima card, which is Overwhelm 7 cost 8/4. When I'm summoned, create a copy of me in hand if you've leveled a champion this game. So it's one of those things where, potentially, if you're talking about Shurima, champions level quickly. Well, Azir would probably be leveled by that time. Obviously, he got nerfed a little bit, so it takes a little bit longer, but he still is actually quite a fast champion to level. Potentially, whether or not you want to use this with a Sivir, I don't know. Because then obviously it will have quick attack as well. Because Overwhelm is the main thing that this is all about. Is that big? It's hitting in for 8, and then it can create another copy of itself. So you've got more Overwhelm stuff coming at them. That's what this is all about. Also, I'm just trying to think whether or not there's an argument for playing this in a reputation deck, so that you've got that draw coming off of whispered words, as well as obviously you've got the rallies and things that would make it so that this Overwhelm is going to be doing a little bit more bang for its buck. There's potential chance of doing cards like that, but it's actually quite a nice little card to be added into the 7s for Shurima. So good times. Yeah, again, the artwork is just so on point with literally all of this. This is the card I was actually quite excited for when I saw this yesterday. So the Riverfang Den Mother, which is when I'm summoned, summon a which is sort of wolf pack. Grant it +1/+1 for each time you frostbitten enemies this game. So obviously you're going to be running this in a frostbite deck, and also the Fang, the Rim Fang, from what I remember, is the one who, whenever you frostbite something and if it strikes it, it kills that unit immediately. So actually, some good synergy with the wolf that's already there. But the fact that you can actually make a wolf pack deck within Freljord now, I'm actually quite excited about, and I can't wait to actually do it. So that's what you can do with that, is obviously use that and frostbite your way with Ash, giving it, because what you create is an Overwhelm unit, from what I remember, in terms of what the pack is a unit. So every single time you're frostbiting, which you can actually get out a number of frostbites in a game, especially if you're running Ash, every single time she's attacking forward, she's doing that. So it's not actually a bad body as well at 5/5. So I'm actually looking forward to making a stupid Wolfpack deck around this card. And so I honestly, when I saw this yesterday, I was like, oh my god! So yeah, this is the Wolfpack with Overwhelm. Every single time you're frostbiting, that's going up +1/+1. So I honestly cannot wait to play around that card. Now, Ruined Rex, look what they did to my boy! But Riptide Rex obviously does his cannon barrages, but this is a 5 cost, which is cheaper than Riptide Rex, who obviously is 8. And instead of having to plunder, it is cast cannon barrage on random enemy, which is targeted enemies, for each time you've drawn a card this round. So up to 5 times. So we already know that we got a buff to the I can't think of his name right now, the slot bot. So we've got a bot, so we've got buff in there. So potentially actually making a deck around this, drawing cards. There's a lot of decks that you can do that can draw cards, as well as obviously you can draw cards from your opponent while using the nab mechanic. It is on 5, so you're just trying to work out what is the best way of doing this. So maybe using Twisted Fate the turn before and using his pick a card will make you draw some more cards this round, because obviously you're trying to maximize the amount of cards you're drawing on the turn that you're dropping this, because you want to be trying to get as many cannon barrages as possible. I mean, it's one of these things whereby every single one of these can be cancelled by Rite of Negation, which is exactly the same with Riptide Rex. But for cheaper Riptide Rex, admittedly the stats aren't as good as the big boy Riptide Rex. Whether or not this is actually going to see play, I don't know. But an idea of running a deck with both Riptide Rexes is just too funny for me not even to contemplate, so I will be contemplating it, because those cannon barrages are a significant amount of damage and can potentially wipe a board, which is what Bilgewater seems to be like identifying itself as the mass wipe region, or doing damage spread out as much as possible with its kegs, and which is like make it rain, obviously get him rebut, which is like take him back to how it was before, and that's so really good task. Like literally all of these cards, like let's face it, no one expected. Yeah, again, the artwork is amazing. No one expected these cards, like in terms of like to come out the mo. Like to me personally, I knew that we had the event coming, the Ruination event, and I then thought we were going to get that. Then afterwards, we were going to get the champion, like I said at the end, to be like, see, look, lovely event. Now have some cards. Was not expecting this. This is literally like a magnificent, like, you know, early Christmas, birthday, whatever the hell present. But honestly, these cards are looking good. I'm actually like devastatingly excited about there being dragons in Shadow Isles. But what do you think? I honest to God want to know what you think about these cards, so let me know down in the comment section down below, as well as obviously shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, as well as obviously I said like that Discord link down below if you want to get in there, start talking about these new cards, your ideas and that, because honestly this has just taken me like out of nowhere. So please let me know your thoughts and whatnot, and if you liked what you saw, why not consider hitting that subscribe button. But do not feel forced, these are the options that are available to you. So hopefully I'll be seeing you tomorrow for more card reveals, a lot sooner than we thought. So until next time, bye! From Flash of Brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me? Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.